In this video, I'm going to outline 9 foods that help to reverse and fix insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is something that's very common nowadays, and it leads to prediabetes and eventually diabetes. And diabetes leads to kidney disease, amputations, heart disease, and other problems. So if we could be proactive right now, we don't have to be reactive in the future. So I want you to write down these 9 foods, take it to the supermarket, buy these foods, eat these foods, and let's get you on the journey to reversing your insulin resistance. If we're just meeting, my name is Azadi. I'm the best-selling author of Keto Flex and the founder of Keto Camp, and I'm super grateful to be with you today. Before I get into these 9 foods, I want to share with you a food that we want to remove. And this is actually a food group that we want to remove that has been shown to cause inflammation around your cells and lead to metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, etc. They are called PUFAs. PUFAs stand for polyunsaturated fatty acids. The reason they're called that is because if you look at the chemical structure of these fats, they're omega-6 fats. Poly means many. This means it has many opportunities to attract oxygen, which can be very aggressive and oxidize that fat, turning that fat to an unstable, rancid fat. And this means your cells are going to become inflamed. Think of biting into an apple, leaving that apple on the counter and coming back several hours later. The apple begins to turn brown. This is similar to what's happening to your cells with these bad fats. A couple of studies came out that show Western diets consisting of high levels of omega-6 fats, also called linoleic acid, play a key role in the development of metabolic syndrome, and insulin resistance is included in that. We also know a deficiency in quality omega-3 is also linked to insulin resistance. So before I get into these 9 foods to add, let's talk about the 8 fats to avoid. These are going to be what Dr. Kay Shanahan calls the hateful 8: canola oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, rice bran oil, and grapeseed oil. They're highly inflammatory, and it's been estimated that the half-life of these bad fats in your body is about 2 years. Meaning, if you eliminate them all today, 2 years from now, half of them will still be around in your fat cells. Now let's get into these 9 foods that help reverse and fix insulin resistance. We know that insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome is a big problem. There was a study that came out in 2018 from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and they have found that only 12% of American adults are metabolically healthy, meaning 88% of American adults are metabolically unhealthy. And they took thousands of people through this study, and they looked at triglycerides, blood pressure, on medication, off medication, insulin, A1C, and BMI and other factors, and only 12% of the American population which they tested were considered healthy. So let's get into how we could put a dent in this and reverse insulin resistance or prevent it for good. The first food is eggs with the yolk. Eggs have a powerful nutrient in it called choline, and choline helps support your liver, which is that soccer mom organ. Eggs taste delicious. There's barely a glucose and insulin response from eating eggs as well. So add in some quality pasture, organic eggs into the mix. The second food is olive oil. A study came out that showed a diet high in MUFAs, which is monounsaturated fatty acids, led to the improvement of insulin resistance. Olive oil specifically showed health benefits, including anti-diabetic effects and improving insulin sensitivity. That's because olive oil is loaded with polyphenols and antioxidants, and it will help reduce inflammation in your body. And I'm going to drop links and studies of everything mentioned in this video down below, so be sure to check those out. So you want to swap those bad fats and bad oils I mentioned earlier with real olive oil. The third food is wild-caught salmon. We already established that low amounts of omega-3 is linked to insulin resistance. So wild-caught fish is a high-quality omega-3 fat that could help balance out your ratio of omega-6 to omega-3. You want to make sure it's wild-caught and not farmed-caught. Farmed-caught fish is typically higher in PCBs, which stand for polychlorinated biphenyls, which can be carcinogenic. So add in some wild-caught fish. That's your third food to include on your grocery shopping list today. The fourth food is avocado. Avocados contain 2 times the amount of potassium than a banana. But I love avocados because they're rich in phytosterols, which is anti-inflammatory. Also rich in vitamin B5, which helps the adrenal gland. So add in some avocado to your grocery shopping list right now. The fifth food is grass-fed ghee. Studies show ghee improves serum lipid levels, lipid peroxidation, and also improved metabolic syndrome. So I personally add in about a tablespoon of high quality ghee in my cup of coffee. The sixth food is nothing, aka intermittent fasting. There was a study that came out that showed after 5 weeks of time-restricted feeding, there were improved insulin levels, improved insulin sensitivity, which is what we want, improved blood pressure, and oxidative stress. Another systematic review showed the effects of intermittent fasting. And what they found was decreased BMI, which is body mass index, improved fasting glucose, and an improvement in HOMA-IR, which is an insulin-resistant test. So intermittent fasting is such a powerful tool. Throw that into the mix if you haven't been doing that already. The seventh food is ginger. Now you could drink ginger tea or actually eat the ginger root. Ginger is unique because it has gingerols, which allows the GLUT4 transporters to absorb excess glucose efficiently. This simply means after eating a meal, excess glucose could be used to replenish your glycogen stores, your liver, your muscle cells, as opposed to sticking around and causing problems. The eighth food is apple cider vinegar, a powerhouse to really combat insulin resistance and diabetes. There's a ton of research showing apple cider vinegar helps the metabolism, suppresses appetite, and reduces fat storage. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, which is a short-chain fatty acid. This is one of the best ways to balance your blood sugars. A study showed apple cider vinegar improved insulin sensitivity after a high-carb meal by 34%. Apple cider vinegar also acts as a bile stimulant, which helps your liver produce healthy bile to break down dietary fat. I have one more food for you, and then I have a bonus tip. If you're getting any value from this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel. The ninth food is cinnamon. Cinnamon contains methyl hydroxycolchine polymer, which is going to mimic insulin. So if you take cinnamon before a meal, it could actually help your body mitigate excess glucose and actually help mimic the insulin production from your pancreas. Pretty cool. And the bonus tip for you is to start all of your meals with protein. Protein should be the base and the focus of all your meals, and some fat, but you don't want to start your meals with carbohydrates. If you're going to have carbs, wait about 30 to 60 minutes to add in the carb, but protein at the beginning of your meals has been shown to mitigate the postprandial glucose and insulin response. Postprandial meaning after eating a meal. And something else you can do is go for a 20 to 30 minute walk after eating your largest meal, which has also been shown to reduce that postprandial glucose and insulin production. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And hey, if you loved this lesson, you're going to love a previous lesson I just published, speaking of fasting, on 3 gigantic fasting mistakes I've made, how you could not make those mistakes and get amazing results with fasting. Check out this clip. I'll see you in that video. It actually backfires and causes weight loss resistance. When you go into a fast as a sugar burner, it's like trying to run a marathon without training. You'll crash, you'll crave, you'll binge. Research shows that 93% of people in the United States are sugar burners, meaning they rely on glucose for energy.